If your back to school budget is breaking a little bit, I'm going to share some tips with you and my favorite places to shop for back to school supplies. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from the blog siloandsage.com, and here we talk about all things home, homeschool, homestead, homemaking. We are going to talk today about how you can buy back to school supplies and keep it in a budget. And I'm going to tell you about two places, kind of unconventional places, to buy those back to school supplies. Now, if you are new here, you may not know that I am a homeschooling mom of 5 kids. So having a budget is kind of important, especially when you're responsible for purchasing all the supplies yourself. Now, even if you're not a homeschooling family, you're going to find some golden nuggets in here in keeping to your budget and just helping to stretch it a little bit, and maybe find some places to shop that you wouldn't have thought of before. Because let me tell you, people are not buying their school supplies at the Dollar Tree and the thrift store, but I am. So I'm going to show you what I got and share my tips with you.
Now, most of this stuff is for homeschool. Pretty much all of the things that I got today are homeschool related, but if your kids go to school, there's definitely some things here that you might find are helpful for you, especially the school supplies from Dollar Tree. I almost always buy my school supplies from Dollar Tree because they are so inexpensive and people don't know to look there. People don't even think about Dollar Tree. But it's also really surprising what you can find at a thrift store. Now, obviously a thrift store is kind of hit or miss, so you're not going to find the exact same things, obviously, that I found. But these are the types of things that I find at the thrift store all the time. And I wanted to show you specifically like the types of books that I look for at the thrift store. So I always look through the school supply section, and this time of year they do tend to like put more school supplies in, at least my thrift store does. So this is a package of folders that I can tell are like the 3-ring binder type folders. And this is graph paper, brand new package. And these folders look brand new also. I have this word game that looks super fun. It was like $4 and I had never heard of it before. It looks kind of older and, oh yeah, it's from the 90s. If it's old, so am I. But it looks really fun. I always look through the games and the puzzles at the thrift store because I can find a lot of things there. Speaking of, I found this Melissa and Doug puzzle. This Melissa and Doug puzzle, I actually recently had a United States of America puzzle in my cart to buy, and then just didn't want to like pull the trigger on the amount of money it costs, and I'm so excited I found this one. All right, I got a lot of books at the thrift store, and even more actually than are pictured, because I must have stumbled upon a teacher must have donated a bunch of books, so I got a lot of things. But I wanted to show you some of the types of books that I get when I go to the thrift store. So like these pocket guides from National Geographic, Desert Life, Pond Life, Trees of North America. I absolutely love these golden field guides. These are my favorite field guides. We always pull these books out when we do nature journaling because they're so great for referencing and they always have really good pictures. So these golden guide books, we have a ton of them. I always look for classic books when I'm at the thrift store, and I really like to look for these great illustrated classics. In another video, I was talking about how I always look for these Dear America books because they're great for historical fiction. So I found several of those. I also found a bunch of these Who Is books, more Dear America books, and I Survived books. I also really like this series, Heroes of America series. That's great for nonfiction, easy reads. I also found a book that, I can't remember if this exact one was in the chemistry in the kitchen that my 10th grader is doing this year, or it was like another book by the same author with the same topic. So I thought it would go really nicely. So this one I actually found in the adult, nonfiction section. So don't discount the adult books. Like, make sure you're looking outside of the children's book section, because I actually found this book in, I don't remember which section it was in, like an art section or something. So this book is awesome because it has different periods of art. So if we wanted to talk about a certain period of art or look up a specific artist, you can see lots of different types of art. So just a good reference book to have for different styles of art. If we wanted to pull this into some of our, like artist study in our family learning time. I also look for how-to art books. This one looks really good. And I'm always looking for nonfiction books. I tend to find these eyewitness books quite often at thrift stores, and they are always really, really good nonfiction books. So just some more nonfiction books that I found. This was a great find. I've never seen these before, but they are very easy reads, good nonfiction, but like every topic you could want for like history, social studies, like so many. I'm so excited about these. They were 79 cents each. I also found 2 of these little desks that can be, like these lap desks that could be really easily used on the floor or on a bed or on the couch or even in the car if you had enough space. If you're not using like car seats, maybe they would even work with car seats. But these can be expensive on their own, and they were like $2, not even $3. All right, now moving on to my Dollar Tree items. With these 2 things I got for my first grader for using with the Play Your Way to Reading activities. So this is like one of those nameplates, you'd like put your name in it on your desk. And I thought it would be perfect to put in some letter cards or some word cards. Like if he had letter cards, he could slide them in to make words, or he could put a word card in here and then build the word with like movable letters or magnet letters or like letter tiles just on the table next to it. And then I found these little activity trays that I thought, he could put a card in one and the letters could go in the other, or, if you put different pieces of a word and he has to build the word. I don't know. I just thought they were fun and a good way to like, sometimes just putting things in a different setting or like on a tray makes it a little bit more fun. All right, what else do we have here? Some scissors. These are like nice name brand scissors that I think you can find these like, I don't know, at regular stores. But they look really nice. So I only got 1 like smaller scissors and then some bigger ones because I don't know. I guess I got 2 smaller scissors. Scissors seem to disappear at our house. I got a few just regular containers to put in our supply closet with different, school supplies and things. I got a bunch of craft sticks for different, just different projects, whatever the kids want to use them for. I've got pens. Now, here's the thing. When you shop at the Dollar Tree, do not buy the off-brand pens. They almost never work, but if they are name brand pens, I will buy them. Some of this poster tack to like stick things to the wall nicely and have it not damage the wall. Got a few of those. Elmer's glue, name brand glue. That is a must. I will not buy off-brand glue. It never works. I like to buy craft supplies at the Dollar Tree because they are always, inexpensive. So got some googly eyes. Got some air dry clay. My youngest is really into like Play-Doh and clay right now, and some of my kids have been making like bowls and things like that.
pretty much all of our craft supplies are purchased at the Dollar Tree. So you can get things like beads and, you know, like glittery pipe cleaners, yarn, all sorts of fun things for just keeping out and letting your kids go wild with their craft supplies because they didn't cost very much.
Sticky notes, because these always seem to disappear anytime I want them. So I got a few of these, and I think I even got some small ones. And I got these little sticky note flags that I like to use these in my notebooks or in my planner to help me like organize things. If you watched some of my other videos, I mentioned that we use a lot of sketchbooks for journaling. So I grabbed just a bunch of different kinds. My older kids have these and they really like them. They didn't have many of these, so they only had a couple of each kind. So I got a couple of both, and then I got some of these, which they're only 30 pages, so they won't last a super long time, but they are good for, you know, taking with you if you want to do like nature journaling out on a trail or on a hike. These are really nice. All right, I like these papers for my first grader, just like for him to practice writing letters or whatever he wants. So these aren't really for anything in particular, just kind of for him to be practicing and writing as he's starting to write words and stuff. Okay, I've got some pencils, some rulers, because our rulers, oh, somebody already got into that one. Our rulers have almost all broken, so I had to get some new ones. I like that these are wooden, so they aren't going to crack quite as easily, I think, as some of the plastic ones do. Or maybe I will eat my words and these will crack tomorrow. We needed some new paintbrushes, so I got some of those. This is just like printer paper that to use for like drawing and crafting and things. These are legal pads. Got a couple of those. We go through a lot of paper, so I always just grab whatever I find at the Dollar Tree. I found these US maps that have little stickers that you can peel off and put in the right spot, and so I just grabbed 4 of them. I don't think my 10th grader needs a map. In fact, I know he doesn't. All right, I got these for our morning work binders, just some tabs that you can put on the different sections, and then you can write on them, and they say they're removable, so we could use them again for another year. Got these alphabet stickers for my first grader. Index cards. I just think these are a good thing to have on hand. You never know what you're going to use them for. I feel like we always go through index cards. And I got some colored ones, some bigger ones, and then I also got this. I'm not actually even sure what we're going to use it for, but I like that it had the little tabby things. So we'll see what we use that for. I got some highlighters. I don't know if these will work. These are definitely not a name brand, but I just like the colors. They looked more like softer colors and not quite as harsh as a lot of highlighters can be. Okay, these are, if you watched my video about road trip activities, these are the sort of thing that I like to keep in the car, or you can take it to a restaurant. You could have it on a road trip. These are just like trivia. These are like trivia questions of different kinds. So there's dinosaurs and pets and ocean and space. So I just thought this would be fun to have and throw in my purse or something if we're waiting somewhere, or just keep them in the car. Got some chalk for our chalkboard. Just a bunch of different notebooks. Don't really have like a real purpose for them right now. I like that these are those 5 subject notebooks. So these might be nicer for my older kids. These notebooks I really liked. They are college ruled, so good for my older kids. And they just had a really nice cover. They're kind of like a nice journal. I don't know, they just seem really nice quality. They're not like a really cheap notebook. And they had 4 colors for my 4 older kids. And construction paper. I like to buy construction paper either at the Dollar Tree or at Costco. You can get like a gigantic thing of construction paper, but since I was at the Dollar Tree, that's what I got.
Now these were not purchased this time around, but I wanted to show you a couple other things that you can find at the Dollar Tree or thrift stores. You can find these magazine holders, or I think they actually call them on the label book bins. You can find these at the Dollar Tree. I found this wooden one at a thrift store. They are very inexpensive and a great way to organize your homeschool supplies, or if you aren't homeschooling, just a great way to have your kids organize their own papers and notebooks on their desks at home. I get so many homeschool supplies and organizational like bins and baskets and things from the thrift store or from the Dollar Tree. So like these bins here are from the Dollar Tree. Those are those magazine bins that I showed before. All of my like wooden trays, I search for them at thrift stores. They're great for like sorting or alphabet games, things like that. You can pretty much always find magnet letters at the Dollar Tree. Baskets I find at thrift stores. Baskets like this too for books. Just simple containers to put games and like just organize the supplies that you have. I like to buy those at the Dollar Tree also. Dollar Tree organizational bins can also be used to organize books. Well, that's my back to school haul from the thrift store and the Dollar Tree. I would love to know in the comments below, what are some things that you are finding? Like, where do you find your budget-friendly items for back to school, for school supplies or school clothes or whatever it is that you are buying for your kids and for your home? I'd love to get some tips from you. So leave them in the comments below so we can all learn some budget-friendly tips. Well, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will be back soon for another video, friends. In the meantime, keep cultivating your home. Bye.